Okay, Psalm 50. What? 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 Are you good? Yeah. Okay. Psalm 50. The mighty one, God the Lord, speaks and summons the earth, from the rising of the sun to the place where it sets. From Zion, perfect in beauty, God shines forth. Our God comes and will not be silent. A fire devours before him, and around him a tempest. From Zion, perfect in beauty, God shines forth. Our God comes and will not be silent. A fire devours before him, and around him a tempest rages. He summons the heavens above and the earth, that he may judge his people. Gather to me my consecrated ones, who made a covenant with me by sacrifice. And the heavens proclaim his righteousness, for God himself is judge. Hear, O my people, and I will speak, O Israel, and I will testify against you. I am God, your God. I do not rebuke you for your sacrifices or your burnt offerings, which are ever before me. I have no need of a bull from your stall, or of goats from your pens, for every animal of the forest is mine, and the cattle on 1,000 hills. I know every bird in the mountains, and the creatures of the field are mine. That is so cool. I've heard this. I gotta stop yapping, but this keeps reminding me of things. I've heard before that when we give to God, whether it's our finances or our time or prayers or whatever, if we give to God, it's not because God needs it necessarily. I mean, God owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. I know every bird in the mountains. Everything belongs to him. But it's more a posturing of our heart to give. I don't know if that's the right word, posturing of our heart, but it more does something for us, for our heart when we give, on behalf of, or to God. Like when I say to give to God, is to give. He says in the Bible, when you gave them a drink of water when they were thirsty, you're giving me a drink. When you give them food when they're hungry, you're giving me food. So when we give to others in the name of God, it's doing more for us than it does for God. God owns everything. Everything is God's. God created everything. Anyway, okay. I know every bird in the mountains and the creatures of the field are mine. If I were hungry, I would not tell you, for the world is mine and all that is in it. Do I eat the flesh of bulls or drink the blood of goats? Sacrifice thank offerings to God. Fulfill your vows to the Most High, and call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver you, and you will honor me. But to the wicked, God says, what right have you to recite my laws or take my covenant on your lips? You hate my instruction and cast my words behind you. When you see a thief, you join with him. You throw in your lot with adulterers. You use your mouth for evil and harness your tongue to deceit. You speak continually against your brother and slander your own mother's son. These things you have done, and I kept silent. You thought I was altogether like you, but I will rebuke you and accuse you to your face. Consider this, you who forget God, or I will tear you to pieces with none to rescue. That is sad. He who sacrifices thank offerings honors me, and he prepares the way. Yeah, it's not like God needs our sacrifices, but it's like showing reverence and honor to the Creator. He who sacrifices thank offerings honors me, and he prepares the way so that I may show him the salvation of God. That's good. Psalm 51. Have mercy on me, O God, according to your unfailing love. According to your great compassion, blot out my transgressions. Wash away all my iniquity and cleanse me from sin. For I know my transgressions, and my sin is always before me. Against you, you only have I sinned and done what is evil in your sight, so that you are proved right when you speak and justified when you judge. Surely I was sinful at birth, sinful from the time my mother conceived me. Surely you desire truth in the inner parts. You teach me wisdom in the inmost place. Cleanse me with hyssop. Must be like soap. I don't know. Or a plant. I will be clean. Wash me, and I will be whiter than snow. Let me hear joy and gladness. Let the bones you have crushed rejoice. Hide your face from my sins and blot out all my iniquity. Create in me a pure heart, God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Do not cast me away from your presence or take your Holy Spirit from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation and grant me a willing spirit to sustain me. Then I will teach transgressors your ways, and sinners will turn back to you. Save me from blood guilt, O God, the God who saves me, and my tongue will sing of your righteousness. O Lord, open my lips, and my mouth will declare your praise. You do not delight in sacrifice, or I would bring it. You do not take pleasure in burnt offerings. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. O God, you will not despise. Wow, that's really, really cool. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit. Kind of like when we come to the end of ourselves, it's like, okay, all right, I'm tired of trying to do things my way. I surrender to you, God. A broken and contrite heart. O God, you will not despise. In your good pleasure, make Zion prosper. Build up the walls of Jerusalem. Then there will be righteous sacrifices, whole burnt offerings to delight you. Then bulls will be offered on your altar. I don't know, it's kind of, that one needs a deep dive too, because they kind of go back and forth with offering animals and then but what God really likes is a broken spirit. I don't know, we'll have to dig into that later, but I have a goal. A goal to accomplish here. Psalm 52. Why do you boast of evil, you mighty man? Why do you boast all day long, you who are a disgrace in the eyes of God? Your tongue plots destruction. It is like a sharpened razor. You who practice deceit. You love evil rather than good, falsehood rather than speaking the truth. You love every harmful word. O you deceitful tongue, surely God will bring you down to everlasting ruin. He will snatch you up and tear you from your tent. He will uproot you from the land of the living. The righteous will see and fear. They will laugh at him, saying, here now is the man who did not make God his stronghold, but trusted in his great wealth and grew strong by destroying others. But I am like an olive tree flourishing in the house of God. I trust in God's unfailing love forever and ever. I will praise you forever for what you have done. In your name I will hope, for your name is good. I will praise you in the presence of your saints. Psalm 53. The fool says in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt, and their ways are vile. There is no one who does good. God looks down from heaven on the sons of men to see if there are any who understand, any who seek God. Everyone has turned away. They have together become corrupt. There is no one who does good, not even one. Will the evildoers never learn? Those who devour my people as men eat bread and who do not call on God. There they were, overwhelmed with dread, where there was nothing to dread. God scattered the bones of those who attacked you. You put them to shame, for God despised them. Oh, that salvation for Israel would come out of Zion. When God restores the fortunes of his people, let Jacob rejoice and Israel be glad. Psalm 54. Save me, O God, by your name, vindicate me by your might. Hear my prayer, O God, listen to the words of my mouth. Strangers are attacking me, ruthless men seek my life, men without regard for God. Surely God is my help, the Lord is the one who sustains me. Let evil recoil on those who slander me. In your faithfulness, destroy them. I will sacrifice a freewill offering to you. I will praise your name, O Lord, for it is good. For he has delivered me from all of my troubles, and my eyes have looked in triumph for my foes. Psalm 55. Listen to my prayer, O God. Do not ignore my plea. Hear me and answer me. My thoughts trouble me, and I am distraught at the voice of my enemy, at the stare of the wicked, for they bring down suffering upon me and revile me in anger. My heart is in anguish within me. The terrors of death assail me. Fear and trembling have beset me. Horror has overwhelmed me. I said, oh, that I had the wings of a dove. I would fly away and be at rest. I would flee far away and stay in the desert. I would hurry to my place of shelter, far from the tempest and storm. Confuse the wicked, O Lord. Confound their speech, for I see violence and strife in the city. Day and night they prowl about on its walls. Malice and abuse are within it. Destructive forces are at work in the city. Threats and lies never leave the street. If an enemy were insulting me, I would endure it. I could endure it. If a foe were raising himself against me, I could hide from him. But if it's you, a man like myself, my companion, my close friend, I bet this was David talking about, David's expressing deep dismay over the treachery of a close friend. When friends hurt us, the burden is too difficult to carry alone. I know David was like best friends with Saul's son. What was Saul's son's name? If you know Saul's son's name and you're listening to this, leave it in the comments below. What was Saul's son's name? That was David's best friend. Okay, I think, yeah. Anyway. If an enemy were insulting me, I could endure it. If a foe were raising himself against me, I could hide from him. But it is you, a man like myself, my companion, my close friend, with whom I once enjoyed sweet fellowship as we walked with the throng of the house of God. Let death take my enemies by surprise. Let them go down alive to the grave. For evil find... Man, David's vicious with his thoughts and words. I kind of like it. I mean, I do like it. I like it a lot. I feel that way sometimes. I can relate. He's like, let death take my enemies by surprise. That's harsh. Okay. But I call to God, and the Lord saves me. Evening, morning, and noon, I cry out in distress, and he hears my voice. He ransoms me unharmed from the battle waged against me, even though many oppose me. God, who is enthroned forever, will hear them and afflict them. Men who never change their ways and have no fear of God. My companion attacks his friends. He violates his covenant. His speech is smooth as butter, yet war is in his heart. Ooh, don't we know people like that? Their speech is smooth as butter. They say the right things. They act the right way, yet war is in their heart. His words are more soothing than oil, yet they are drawn swords. Cast your cares on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never let the righteous fall, but you, O God, will bring down the wicked into the pit of corruption. Bloodthirsty and deceitful men will not live out half their days. But as for me, I trust in you. Ooh, that's good. All right. See you in a little bit.